Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Nicholas, for the introduction, and thank you to Reed Corporate and Bell Direct for hosting Killi this year. It's our first time at the conference, and we're really thrilled to be here so we can speak to our Queensland constituents about our two Queensland projects which we're currently exploring on. Killi's a mineral exploration company. We're focused on greenfields discoveries in known major mineral provinces based in Australia. Killi listed on the ASX in February 2022, and we're trading under the code ticker KLI. We raised $6 million on the back of 4 100% owned belt-scale mineral projects based in Western Australia and Queensland. The first year of exploration saw us exploring in the Tanami of WA, exploring for gold, rare earths, and we're currently in northern Queensland, drilling the first holes into a new intrusive related gold system. This is the Killi board and management. You'll recognise some familiar faces here. Richard Bevan, Greg Miles and Phil Warren were all make up the board of Killi, and also the board of Cassini Resources, which had the Nebo-Babel nickel copper project in the West Musgraves, which they sold onto Oz Minerals and is now making its way back to BHP. I'm an exploration geologist with 16 years experience, dominantly in gold, working with juniors through to major gold companies, Australian and North American run. Killi's corporate structure is reasonably tight. We've only got 52 million shares on issue currently, and the top 20 shareholders own just under 44% of the company. We're currently in the midst of a rights issue for our existing shareholders, where we're raising $1.4 million to continue our exploration on our Queensland assets. These are our projects in WA and Queensland. The company is exploring for gold and rare earths in the Tanami region of WA. We're 120 kilometres along strike from the Newmont-owned and operated Killi gold mine, which is a 14 million ounce gold deposit, and we're within 55 kilometres of the Browns Range rare earth mine, which is one of 3 operating rare earth deposits in the country. Within 10 months of listing, we completed significant exploration programs out in the Tanami, which consisted geochem, geophysics, drilling, a heritage survey, and that all gave us the ability to access and explore in a project that hasn't seen exploration in over 20 years. The company owns 1,600 square kilometres of tenure within the mineralised belt, gold belt, and which is really underexplored due to the remote location of the project, and we believe this asset to be one of the last real exploration frontiers in the country. The results from our exploration generated 2 first-pass Killi gold lookalike targets from our 10,000 metre air core drill program. Regional soils identified 3 1.5 kilometre long rare earth yttrium anomalies. And lastly, we drilled a deep stratigraphic diamond drill hole, which returned sulphide copper mineralisation in assays from a 0.6 metre interval of semi-massive massive sulphides, dominantly pyrrhotite and chalcopyrite. This is the first recorded intersection of sulphide copper mineralisation in mafics in the Tanami. So it's a pretty exciting outcome for us. These results for the first year on the ground are really fantastic, and we're planning our year moving ahead for what we're going to do for the remainder of the year. We haven't been out there for the first half of the year because we've been focusing in Queensland, but also there's been 2 cyclones that went through WA, which has left the ground rather wet. In Queensland, we're exploring for epithermal and porphyry gold-copper systems, and we managed to get out on one of our Queensland projects in the last 12 months, Ravenswood North. And that's what I'd like to focus on today, because we're currently out there drilling the first holes into an IRG target. This is what it sort of looks like, a reasonably arid climate. The Ravenswood project is located inland in northern Queensland, 60 k's inland from Townsville, within a significantly endowed Charters Towers and Ravenswood district. The project covers 660 square k's of prospective ground, and the gold endowment within the region is 28 million ounces of gold. all within 60 k's of the project. Now let that settle in, 28 million ounces of gold within 60 k's, and that's all held within about 5 deposits. These are really large intrusive related gold systems. They're all referred to as intrusive relative systems or IRGs, and that's what we're looking for specifically. During 2022, during our field campaign, we were able to get out in the ground and complete multiple surface geochem programs. We did a heliborne VTEM survey, we did an aircore program, we did a heritage survey, and a first pass RC drill program. This is something as an exploration company we're really proud of. We're driven to get on the ground, complete the work, as much work as possible during the field seasons as our projects are seasonal. We've determined 2 gold targets on the project, which we've called Rocky and West Branch. You can see there on the diagram, and they're located within the gold mineralised Ravenswood corridor. On the right, here's a diagram of these IRG deposits in northern Queensland, which no doubt most of the audience knows a great deal of information about. Those within 60 kilometres of the project are highlighted in red, and the image depicts the nature of the formation of these deposits. And they range in size from a couple of 100,000 ounces to 5 million ounces, like Kidston. Along from Rocky, 53 k's to the southeast, there's 2 deposits which already exist. We're at the Ravenswood Gold Mine, which is a structurally controlled mineralised granodiorite, which is a large 8 million ounce gold system with a rather large and long mining history. The deposit resides within a large 3.8 kilometre squared intrusive complex. And the surface expression for that 8 million ounces is only 900 metres by 600 metres. Mount Wright is 43 k's along strike. It's a 1.5 million ounce gold system, and it's a mineralised rhyolite breccia pipe. The intrusive system, or the intrusive complex itself, is mined by underground methods, and the intrusive complex is 450 metres by 350 metres with a mineralised footprint of only 200 metres by 60 metres. Now, I highlight these specifics because when you find an intrusive complex that's mineralised in gold, it's just a matter of finding the higher concentrations within that system, and secondly, to highlight the particularly small gold footprint these systems have at surface. So this is our Rocky system. A Rocky prospect last year, we had 2 surface rock chip samples, 16 and 17 grams per tonne gold. That was it. That was all that was there. We followed this up with a gridded soil system, or soil program, that generated a 1.5 kilometre squared gold, silver, copper moly anomaly, which is highlighted there by the dashed white outline. We mapped the ground and found a brecciated granodiorite in outcrop, which covers an area 3 kilometres squared at surface, which is the large dashed black line. And we took additional surface rock chip samples, which extended the gold anomaly 4 kilometres along strike. This included it returned high-grade silver values up to 224 grams per tonne silver, with an additional 0.5% odd of copper. So all signs pointing to a polymetallic system indicative of an IRG. Before Christmas last year, we were able to get on the ground and complete the first 5 holes ever of a 10-hole program into Rocky. We focused on the high-grade gold results from the soils, and the drill holes intersected a granodiorite, which was the desired host rock, as well as all 5 holes returned anomalous gold and silver results. These results indicating we're within a gold mineralised granodiorite. As these results came in, we also received the processing results from our airborne VTEM survey, which we completed earlier in the year, and the background image there are those processed results. The red that you see in the background image is interpreted as the remnant magnetism or the alteration halo surrounding 2 intrusive units, which are labelled there Target 1 and Target 2. What you'll notice is the 5 holes that we drilled, which are those red dots, we only drilled the magnetic high feature. We didn't actually test the intrusive targets. Drilling has resumed on the project. The rigs are currently out in the field, and it's why I'm the only one here from Killi representing the company for the conference. They're all out drilling. We've completed 6 RC holes, and we're doing 2 diamond holes as well. The RC holes are down to 200 metres depth, and the diamond tails are down to 400 metres, so from 200 to 400 metres, to adequately test the targets generated from the geophysical survey. All assays are currently pending, and I look forward to reporting these results in the coming weeks. In the north of the project, in addition to Rocky, we have a potential copper porphyry target called West Branch. Regional magnetics from the Geological Survey of Queensland identified a magnetic high and low feature, interpreted as an intrusive. We started, during the year, we went out and completed some field work. We collected some surface rock chip samples, which returned 5 to 6% copper, 8 to 9 grams per tonne gold, and just under an ounce silver, as well as up to 15% lead. The processing that we completed at Rocky will also be completing at West Branch, and with the company planning to drill test this year. The second project I want to talk about is Mount Rawdon West. This is the last project, and it's highly prospective for a new copper-gold porphyry system. There's just one tenement. We're about 90 k's inland from Bundaberg. The tenement covers 300 square kilometres of tenure over the intersection of the gold mineralising structure from the Mount Rawdon gold mine, owned and operated by Evolution, and the gold-copper structure from Mount Perry, which is owned by Sol Gold. At the intersection of these 2 main corridors, there's an existing copper-gold moly anomaly at surface in soils. This area has had a complex mining history, which includes multiple existing copper, gold and molybdenum head frames at surface. And they run parallel to the Mount Perry project, which cross-cuts the tenement. I'll also draw your attention to that circular feature in the centre, which is interpreted as a porphyry system undercover. It's worth noting that within this tenement there's not one single drill hole, even though there's all these old workings and such an extensive mining history. We've put together our exploration plans over the last 12 months, as this tenement was only granted last year, with our plan to drill test this project this year. This is our pipeline of exploration. We're currently completing our first pass drilling at Ravenswood North, which includes RC and diamond drilling. We're completing processing of our VTEM survey results for the West Branch target. We're processing existing historical geophysical data in the Tanami to add weight to our sulphide copper mineralisation target. We've got a full field schedule this year, with the first half focusing in Queensland, the second half focusing in the Tanami. And most excitingly, the company will start our first load of exploration on Mount Rawdon West project ever. So in summary, we have the projects and the ability to deliver discovery of scale. We're leveraged to multiple commodity markets, being gold and copper. We have the right people in the team who are incentivised to deliver results. We're funded for the next year of exploration, and our market cap is currently poised for discovery. One thing we do really well as an exploration company is get out on the ground and spend money in the field, adding scientific value to our projects with the aim of providing significant value to our shareholders. I'll be around for the remainder of the conference, so please come past the booth if you wish to know more about the projects. Thank you.